Sally A, and here today I'm going to talk about different things that might come across in what you're trying to look for in children's books. I wanted to focus on a couple of topics. As you can see from our other videos, we've already had COVID and self-care, and today what I'm going to talk about is I like me and I see me. So we're going to be talking about diversity and finding books that actually have children that might not always come across themselves in picture books. Of course, there's so many books out there, so don't think of this as the only books that you can look for. Talk to your branch librarian, talk to your staff at GDL, and ask, where else can I find some of these nice picture books? All right, to start off, I like me. I have Thunderboy Jr., and this is written by Sherman Alexie, very famous author. And one of the things I liked about this was some children aren't very comfortable with their name, and they might want to change their name. In some cultures, like in Native American cultures, they might come to a certain age where they do get to choose their own name. And Thunderboy Jr. wants to change his name, so he's not a junior, he's an individual, and he wants to change it. And he is talking to his father, and they're trying to come up with what they can do. This is just a taste. Sam is a good name. Sam is a normal name. Thunderboy is not a normal name. There is nobody on earth with the same name as me. I am the only Thunderboy who has ever lived, or you would think. But I am named after my dad. He is Thunderboy Smith Sr., and I am Thunderboy Smith Jr. And so as you come along with this, he tries to think of different things that he could name himself, and he wants his own name. So once you get to the end, you'll find this wonderful father-son relationship, find what name they can choose together. Okay. Next, we have The Day You Begin with Jacqueline Woodson. Now, this does have one child focused here on the front cover, but as you go into the book, it goes a little bit further and mentions some people that she sees in school. So it does get into other children and why they might feel a little bit different. I liked this one because it was expressing feelings of acceptance and feeling left out. Maybe there's something different about the lunch that they packed that looks strange, or why would you eat that? And that comes across a lot for children, so this was a really good book to talk about that. And basic story of this book is accepting yourself. Next, we have I Am Every Good Thing from Derek Barnes. Now, there are a lot of things that are good about African American boys, and sometimes they need the confidence. And this is a wonderful book. We have another book about hair that I'll talk about later, but what's really important about this book is I'm worthy to be loved, and how important that is. One of the things you might notice is I am one eye open, one eye closed, peeking through a microscope, gazing through a telescope, checking out the spaces around me, and plotting out those far off places I have yet to go but will. So confidence about they are going in a certain direction and that they can. I am Saturday mornings in the summertime. I am 2 bounces and a front flip off the diving board. I am hilarious. I am the life of the party. I am that smile forming on your face right now. And as I had mentioned, what I thought was very important about this book, and without a shadow of a doubt, I am worthy to be loved. I am worthy to be loved. As I mentioned, this would be a great book for African American boys because they are worthy to be loved and they're all the good things. Okay. All right. Next we have Beautifully Me by Nabila Noor. Now, this one is a brand new book that I found one of our branch librarians had bought and added to the collection. This is about a plus size acceptance and to stop the negative thoughts and to focus on what is beauty. And that's very important with children today. And so it kind of just goes in how she's getting ready for school. She's so excited. She's got her new clothes and everything. And then she hears how people are talking in her family. Oh, look at this tummy. I'm getting too big. And she's like, why is her mother so sad? And then she's talking about her sister, and she's like, oh no, I can't eat that for breakfast. Well, why not? Why? And then here we go into this one. Why would she say she's not pretty? I want to look good for my first day of school. Should I go on a diet too? So it goes into the theme. And then Papa jingles his keys. Let's get going. This is why I selected this book. Like I said, plus size children in picture books is hard to find, but it has a really nice feeling behind it. Sometimes when people are feeling sad or hurting inside, they try to make other people feel the same way. That might be why Kennedy was mean to your friend. I never thought about why someone would be mean before, but sometimes we can be mean to ourselves without even realizing it. And when we hurt ourselves, we hurt the people we love and who love us. That's what we did today, and we're sorry. I never thought about why someone would be mean before, but sometimes we can be mean to ourselves without even realizing it. And when we hurt ourselves, we hurt the people we love and who love us. That's what we did to you today, and we're sorry. So it's nice to see her father apologize. That her and her family, shouldn't be so hard on themselves. And I think this will hit true for many people about this book, that they'll connect to it as well. Okay. All right. You Are Enough, a book about inclusion, inspired by Sophia Sanchez. This is written by Margaret O'Hare. Now, I chose this book about inclusion because I wanted to show a lot of different diversity. I wanted to have a positive message, and this one focuses on self-appreciation. Being different can be hard, but if we're all the same in the world, that would be boring. And that's from the main character. Now, as you see here, there's a lot of differences of different people with abilities and different people and what they want to wear, how they want to do their hair. So it's just nice to be able to see a lot of differences where you might find like one character in a book that shows inclusion, but this one has a lot of diversity, and that's why I really like this book. Now, no people are exactly the same. We're all unique, and that's great. Being different is what makes you special. You are just right exactly as you are. What a great message, right? Okay. But some people don't understand. They think being different is scary. Try to be good and brave and strong. Let people see the real you. How happy is. All right. Never say no to being yourself. Feel your own beauty inside and out. When you let your light shine, you will brighten the world. An excellent book about inclusion. It's wonderful to see how much variety they have in this book. Okay. My last picture book to suggest would be Bling Bling. Throw glitter, not shade. Now, this book doesn't necessarily come out saying that Blaine is gay, but it is showing that Blaine likes to just shimmer. He likes to glitter. He likes everything that shines. So without bling, they're losing their shine, and so was Blaine. Even the twinkle has gone out of his eyes. Something had to be done, and that's coming from the back of the book. It's interesting to see the impact one student can have on the rest of the school. It can make a big difference about self-acceptance, which is mentioned in the book. There's a lot of diversity. That's why I like this book as well. Great message to be yourself and to shine on. And just spoiler alert, I don't approve of the message that the librarian didn't understand or be as accepting as they could have been, but they do change their mind. So, so Blaine loved to shine. Well, actually, he loved to sparkle. Blaine was all about the bling. Throw glitter, not shade, he always said. And so, as you can see, he threw a lot of glitter. Blaine hung dazzling read a book posters in the library, gave a metallic bookmark to each kid at checkout time, and snuck glossy stickers to their shirts. So, he just wants to share some of his sunshine. All right. A library volunteer stated, "Who's that kid?" "That's Blaine," said Alberto, "the brightest kid at school." "Why is he dressed like that?" "Blaine wears bling, like I wear high tops." So the children pretty much understand in the book that I can wear high tops or I can wear vests, and that's just who I am, and accept it. But there are some kids that they need to tell that it's not acceptable to throw shade or to make judgments without knowing why. So like I said, this one I would suggest just because it shows acceptance for what you want to wear and who you want to be, and how much of it impact your negative behavior or your positive behavior can show to the other children. So I think this would be a good book. My Heart Fills with Happiness by Monique Gray Smith. This is a board book for young children. It's just featuring a day in the life of Indigenous people and what they find joy in. So, my heart fills with happiness when I see the face of someone I love. My heart fills with happiness when I feel the sun dancing on my cheeks. My heart fills with happiness when I hold the hand of someone I love. As I mentioned, these books are really important to be able to see someone who's a child that looks similar to what they look like. I Like Myself. This is a very fun book with silly situations. It kind of reminds me of Dr. Seuss. And this is I Like Myself by Karen Beaumont. I like myself. I'm glad I'm me. There's no one else I'd rather be. I might be called a silly nut or crazy cuckoo bird, so what? I'm having too much fun, you see, for anything to bother me. This one's my favorite part. Even when I look a mess, I still don't like me any less, 'cause nothing in this world you know can change what's deep inside, and so no matter if they stop and stare, no person ever anywhere can make me feel that what they see is all there really is to me. Wonderful illustrations. A Girl Like You by Frank Murphy and Carla Murphy. I like this book because it has a lot of diversity. Now, there is a girl book and there is a boy book. So we'll start with the girl and then we'll go to the boy book. What I like about this is that there is a lot of diversity. So you might be able to open the book and be like, oh, that kid looks just like me, or that kid looks like me a little bit more than you would just picking up any random picture book. So it's nice to show diversity, inclusion, and this one focuses on strong, daring, and brave, and allowing girls to stand tall. Okay. The world needs a girl to be strong and caring, to be brave and bold. Maybe our brave is running for student council. Maybe our bold is standing up for yourself. Brave girl, try new things. Find your passion, find your talents. Like I said, inclusive. I like that it's not just pink is for girls. Girls can also do karate. Maybe they like to knit. Maybe they like to rock climb. When a friend is hurting, ask what they need. You might give advice. You might just listen. Sometimes they'll simply need you by their side. Okay. When a friend is proud or excited, celebrate with them. Thoughtful girl, have empathy. Friendships are like gardens. Tend them well and watch them grow. Magnificent girl, be proud. Your smile can light up a room. Take pride in being the one and only you, unlike anyone else ever before. And remember, the world needs a girl, a caring and strong girl, a bold and brave girl, an unstoppable girl, a girl like you. Okay. Now, A Boy Like You. This is written by Frank Murphy. Now, this one is very, very nice, inclusive, has a lot of diversity. I like it because it mentions that you are the only you there is. And they focus on smart, thoughtful, brave, and kind for boys. The world needs a boy to be kind and helpful, to be smart and strong. Maybe your strong is making sure everyone has a chance to play. Maybe your smart is knowing the precisely right, perfect pass to make. Oh boy, be you, the you that makes you most alive. Play hard, but play fair. Be a great teammate. Say, nice goal and good try. Don't say, you throw like a girl, ever. And remember, there is so much more than sports. Okay. I like the variety that they show. Fear is something that we need to talk about to children, and then this one is the fear of reaching out, and you might have some students who relate to this. Take a risk, raise your hands. Smart kids ask questions, so ask a lot of them. The more you know, the less you'll fear. There's a secret that not many people know. Fear and bravery are partners. You can't be brave without first being afraid. Wonderful. It's just a nice thing to show. And then showing emotions is very important, and I like that they mentioned this in the book about boys. If you're not ready to be brave, ask for help. This shows you're smart. Sometimes you may feel like crying. Cry. This shows you're strong. One day you'll be a man, and men cry too. Very important. Now, this book is a little bit older, and we had talked about Thunderboy Jr., but I liked this book, The Naming Jar, because this one involves classmates, and it has a really nice story behind it. She's coming from another country. She's not feeling included. She just wants to kind of fit in, but she also takes pride in where she comes from. So this one is not wanting to be different, but learning to accept yourself. The Name Jar by Yansuk Choi. So, she's coming from Korea and going to the United States. And here she is on the bus. Okay. So, here she is, now that she's come from Korea. She's trying to tell them her name on the school bus, and it's not going so well. She's just trying to explain, and she's like, Unhi, Unni, Uni. No. It's spelled Unhei. It's pronounced Yunhee. Yunhee. It's Yunhee, like you hey, like hey you. And so they don't understand. And so she thought maybe it might be easier to change her name. And the class comes together and they decide to come up with an idea. So the class comes up with an idea that maybe, these are some ideas of names. What about Daisy? What about my friend's name? What about somebody else? But what's important is that she realizes that her name in English and in Korean, she writes it and states, I like the beautiful names and funny names you thought of me, but I realized that I like my name best, so I chose it again. Korean names mean something. Mine means grace. And then she tells them how to pronounce it correctly. Okay. So that's it for I Like Me. As I said, there are plenty of other selections that you can choose from your Genesee District libraries. And I hope that you enjoyed my video. Thank you very much for coming.